special thank you to our sponsors of Russ Reels Live, the Pirate Crew and the Pirate Newsletter, Capital Mortgage Source, and Mugs Coffee. For more information about the Pirate Crew and the Pirate Newsletter, go to piratenewsletter.com. And for more information on Capital Mortgage Source and all their mortgage services, go to capitalmortgagesource.com. And finally, for Mugs Coffee House in Lebanon, Oregon, an amazing coffee, go to mugslebanon.com. Good afternoon, everybody. I almost said good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Russ Reels Live. If I can push buttons fast enough, we'll be in good shape today. And I am so glad to have you here. What an amazing day today. You know, I came off of yesterday, was able to go to the coast in Oregon, where I live, and working for a client there. It was a beautiful sunny day on the coast with no wind, which is gorgeous. And I know that everybody seems to think it rains on the Oregon coast all the time, but I'm telling you, it was a beautiful, beautiful day. And today was a great day as well, and able to get so much accomplished and just feel blessed today to be here. And I'm here with some amazing friends today that are going to share with me. And I'm so excited for you to get to meet all them if you don't know them already, and get to hear the wisdom and the value that they have to share today. It's going to be a fast-paced show. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we are going to have a great, great discussion around purpose in the midst of chaos. And I'm going to go into that more in a minute. But first, we're here on Russ Reels Live. This is a great, great show every week, Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Love for you all to join us every week because we have amazing guests. This is a topic-driven, panel-driven show. So we have a topic every week, an amazing panel that comes to share their thoughts on that. And so I want you to be here and be part of that every Wednesday. But also, we're all about connecting here. I love to connect, and so does the rest of my group here today. So connect with us today. All of the information is going to be in the show notes and in the comments as well. But right now, I'll tell you that you can connect with me at russhedge.com. I love to connect. You can go there. You can connect to me on social media, my email, my phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar to Zoom with me. And I would love for you to do that. You know, my goal again this year is to connect with at least 1,000 new people in 2023. And you know what? That was the goal last year, and I knocked that right out of the ballpark. So going to do it again this year. Love connecting with new people. Also, it would be so amazing if you would subscribe on YouTube. You know, it is really, really simple to do that. All you got to do is to go to russreels.live. It'll take you directly to my YouTube page. You can click subscribe, become part of our community. And why? What does that do for you? What do you get? Well, let me tell you, you get all of the amazing Russ Reels Live episodes, as well as Marketing with Russ, and now the Experience Live with Russ and Scott in one place. And you can see so many amazing people. I'm telling you, who needs to binge Netflix? You can binge Russ Reels Live over this weekend. You can watch episode after episode after episode. It'll be great. It's worth it. I'm telling you, it definitely is. So go to Russ Reels Live and subscribe on YouTube today. And also, you know what? Right now, if you could share this out, hit that share button, let people know we're on, and we have an amazing group today talking about purpose in the middle of chaos. And you can also tag your friends. Just tag them. Say, hey, come on in, Julie, come on in, Bob, and let them know there's great stuff going on. So I would just appreciate it if you all do that. And, you know, today I'm going to keep this ticking for you under the screen, my connection information. So love for you to continue to reach out and connect. But again, look for that information for all the guests today. You're going to want to connect with them after you see them today. You're definitely going to want to do that. So, okay, last but not least. So, Befuddled, there it is behind me. Live the life you choose, chapter 3, purpose in the midst of chaos. You know, I think this is very timely in today's world. And I just can't wait to get into this discussion because I believe you can live the life you choose. I believe that life happens and then you choose. You can have purpose, intention, keep a good perspective no matter what's going on in your life. For those of you that know what's been happening to me over the last year and a half, it's been a crazy ride and I'm still going through it. There's a lot of chaos, but you know what? My purpose and a positive mindset and good perspective and God above have blessed me and kept me on the straight and narrow and kept me moving forward in a positive direction. And that's what you need. That purpose will continue to drive you. So we're going to talk about that today. One other quick thing, and that is everybody has that rattled awake moment. And I just came out with my chapter in this book, volume 1, released back here a few weeks ago, became an international bestseller overnight and a number 1 on Amazon in his category. You're going to want to get a copy of that because I wrote with amazing authors, co-authors that were incredible, and it blessed me so much to be part of it. It is an inexpensive book available on Amazon. You can go get it. Volume 2 is out as well, and they're coming out with volume 3 soon. But that volume 1 talks about my cancer journey, which is some of the chaos that I've been going through in the last year or so. So, okay, now I got to get people in the room because I want to get things going. So today, my good friend, Chris Hennessy is coming in the house first. Woohoo!
What's up,
Hello,
man?
Chris.
Hey. Thanks
Love
for having
it.
me on again.
You bet. I mean, this is the only way I got to talk to you, man, is to get you on the show.
I know. I've been kind of MIA on LinkedIn for a while.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, I've learned how to get to my friends. I just go, hey, come on the show, and then everybody goes, okay, that's
right.
Then
Exactly.
I can talk to
a
them.
live stream.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, give everybody a little snapshot. Who is Chris, and what are you all about?
Man, my name, like you said, my name's Chris Hennessy. I am a remote live stream producer. And I have a couple of different live stream shows. One is called So I Did a Thing, where I just bring cool people on that are doing cool things and we have cool conversations. And the other one is called Ending the Stigma, where I bring people on that have been either justice involved or involved in addiction, or maybe work with organizations that help people coming out of prison. Because I've been to prison myself and I know kind of some of the struggles that felons face when they come out. I struggled with addiction and all that. So that's me in 30 seconds or less.
That was quick. That was good. You know, what I love about you, Chris, most of all, is people want authenticity and somebody who's real. And I really try to be that way, but I just look at you and I think I just want to be Chris when I grow up, because I mean, you just lay it out there. I love that because you're owning your past, but you're moving on and living today and looking towards a better future. And I love that about you. Yep. And we have more amazing people here today that are doing those same things in different ways. We're going to get Denise in the room. She's coming next. Here she comes. Hey, Denise.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, Russ. Hey, Chris. Good to see you guys.
Hey. Yeah.
Well, you are out in the sunshine. I'm loving that. You know, I tell you, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Hey, give everybody a snapshot, Denise. Who is Denise and what are you up to?
Yeah, so Denise Murtha Bachmann. I've been up to a lot, but I specialize in really bringing AI and sales together, and really how do we humanize with all that chaos, like AI, right? Amidst all of that chaos, how do we humanize? So yes, adopt and adapt to those technologies, but let's pivot then and focus on the humanization aspect of the sales process. So been up to a lot and just excited to be here. So thank you, Russ.
You bet. Well, and I love that, the humanization of something that really could be good for us. I think right now a lot of focus is on the real negative things of AI. And but I got to tell you guys, I love my favorite commercial on AI is the one with Allen Iverson in it, where they said, "Hey AI," and they're asking a question, and Allen Iverson turns around because that was his nickname for years. And anybody in sports, all they do is think of Allen Iverson when they say AI. So it's got a whole new term now. It's a whole new thing. Okay. Anyway, that's just my little side. All right. We're going to finish getting the ladies in the room. Meshell is here. Meshell, my belle. How's it going?
Hey, it's going well. Yeah. Excited to be here.
Yes. It has been a while since we've got a chat, and I appreciate you so much and that big smile. Give everybody just a little info on who is Meshell and what are you up to?
Yeah. Yes. Well, my name is Meshell Baker. I'm known as the Chief Confidence Igniter. I am super passionate about women business owners, women in business leaders, women sales leaders. And the work I do is all around helping them to implement in the area of high performance resilience. So they're really looking at how to deal with the chaos in the workplace and I do a lot of male dominated industries. So I work in transportation, trucking, and tech, automotive, manufacturing. So I'm in women's initiatives. So I really have a lot of fun in those areas.
That is so great. And I love your sign. Be awesome. Okay. Why not? Right. I love that. One of my taglines when I go to in-person marketing things is I always tell everybody, I'm your inspiration specialist. I'm here to inspire and encourage you to live. And they all chant your best life now. And I always say, why wait, right? Why not be awesome now? Why not do amazing things now? Why not live your best life now? And so even if there is chaos going on. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to get Enrique in the room because he has got amazing things going on. How's it going, Enrique?
What's going on, everybody? Enrique Acosta Gonzalez, 26-year Navy veteran. I'm also in the leadership space, so I do leadership development, host 2 podcasts and a live stream show on LinkedIn, and just loving life, brother.
I'm telling you. Well, and see, that's why I love you guys. And I tell you, I told somebody this earlier. I get to choose who I hang out with. And I'm a firm believer in what Jim Rohn said, that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So I try to surround myself and spend time with cool people like you guys, because I want to be one of the cool kids that hangs out with the amazing people doing amazing things. And we're going to round this out by bringing Coach David Verdu in the room. What's up, Coach?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Woo!
Oh, we're awesome. Ready for it.
All right.
Give us a little snapshot, Coach. Who are you? What's going on?
Oh, my goodness. For over 3 decades, I've been an educator, coach, and pastor. Now, for the past 17 years, I've been going to schools all across the country, teaching kids how to stand up, stand out, which is a very positive way for them to be themselves and act nice and think before they speak. And so I'm excited to be on this panel because, man, I need to grow. And I'm in Arkansas right now. I'm going to be in front of a bunch of principals and administrators and teachers tomorrow. And so this is going to fire me up. So let's do this. Let's roll.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That's right. And, I think that no matter where you are and no matter what you're doing, we can all agree that right now there is a lot of chaos, and people can make an argument for any time in life that there's been a lot of chaos. But I think with technology and with information booming and all the things, I think chaos is right in our face more than ever. I think that, right now, from things going on in Israel and Palestine to things going on here in the U.S. and just things going on in our local town and things happening, it's just crazy, right? What's happening. So, Chris, I want to start with you. When life happens, and then you got to make those choices with all that chaos going on. How do you grab hold of that purpose? What do you do to make that your guiding light when all this crazy stuff's happening?
I mean, it sounds cliche, but that doesn't make it any less true that God is in control. He's the one that he's still on the throne. He is not surprised by anything. He is not nothing, he does not waver. He does not shake. And that's really what it is. Whether it was what's going on in Israel or whether it was the time I spent in prison, chaos is chaos, no matter what it is. The prison time affected me a lot more than what the Israel thing does right now, immediately in my life. But just during the time I was in prison, it was just remembering that it's not permanent and that God is still in control.
Yeah.
God's got it.
Well, and I think that's important more than ever to have that guiding light. And not everybody believes the same way you and I believe, Chris, but you've got to have that foundation, right? That is our foundation. God is our foundation. I'm not going to make any qualms about that, but I believe truly wherever you are watching, you've got to have some kind of foundation to hold on to. You can't be wavering in the wind. And Denise, I know that you agree with that, especially with some of the chaos going on with AI and all that stuff. It is pretty chaotic, but there's so many good things, right?
There are so many good things. And I think that's one of the things I would piggyback with Chris on. And I know you said it doesn't really matter whether you believe in Heavenly Father, and I do, but you've got to believe in something, whatever that is, even if it's energies, the universe, whatever. But I think the ultimate is how we respond to all that chaos. And while Heavenly Father or the universe or whomever above us has control of us or control of the situation, we have a choice as to how we're going to respond. And I think that is the key, because there is so much goodness. We can choose to look at the happy and be frustrated and be sad and not really understand where we go next, or we can choose to be happy and to find our way amidst all of this chaos.
Yeah, and that is it. It's a choice, right? It's choices we make every day. And let me tell you, everybody has faith in something. And you know what? We're not here to tell you what to have faith in, but I can tell you it takes a whole lot more faith to believe that this amazing, magical world that is so intricate, it takes a lot more faith to believe that this just happened by an explosion rather than an actual creator that put it together. I just want to throw that out there because
yes,
that's it. So, and Meshell, I'm telling you, you are just such a bright light with everything going on. When chaos is going on around you, we all have it. What are you holding on to? What are you moving forward with? What guiding principles are keeping your purpose moving forward?
Well, I mean, similar to what everyone said here, having faith and just actually understanding that everything is working in my favor. So what I find is, one, is interesting that it's a choice. However, the language that's used upon most people is that you have to. So if it's a choice, then you don't actually have to. So communicating with people to give them the ability to make the choice, to empower them and inspire them to choose in favor of themselves is the work that I love to do, and remind people that, yes, this is going to be challenging. What we rarely talk about is people are sold so many bill of goods about how easy and fast and you can make money and do this and do that. And what really creates the most satisfaction and fulfillment in life are the hardest things, the most difficult things. Like, we only grow character as human beings when we're faced with chaos and challenges and difficulties and setbacks and naysayers and critics and failures and bankruptcies and divorce and, incarceration. That's what grows our character. That's what defines and refines and gives us resilience to keep going so we can expand our territory and receive more blessings. Without that, it will always look like obstacles and problems. So, I mean, I'm like, bring it. And that's the whole thing. People aren't taught how to embrace everything and understand that it's always happening for you. It's always happening for you. It's utterly ridiculous. It may seem or feel, it's always happening for you.
Well, that is amazing. And I love it. Bring it. Come on, bring it. That's it. If we don't grow and learn without obstacles and challenges in our life, we do not get better without things that we have to work through. God uses those things to refine us. And no matter how you look at it, it's happening. And you've got to keep that perspective. And Enrique, I'm telling you, you have an amazing perspective on all that's going on. What keeps your guided purpose, and what do you look at, and what are you telling others about?
Yeah, and I think most all have summed it up quite nicely. I remember a verse, Luke 18:8, and half of it says, "Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith on earth?" That is powerful. That's a powerful question from the one that actually started the faith, right? So not only faith, but if you realize that the chaos is chaos, right? It's always been chaos, never changed. It's right. Different to where it lands. But what's different between each person is the amount of hope they have or they do not. And when you don't have hope, and what we're seeing around us that looks so chaotic, it's not the chaos, it's the fact that the people that are going through this are showing signs of no hope. Yeah. So what I do is I try to bring hope into people's lives and try to encourage them, try to let them see that there is a way out and a way up. And then hopefully they can make the decision, right? Because ultimately it's them.
Come on.
Make the decision to say, you know what, you got a point. Let's go there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that is so well said. I mean, so many mic drops from all of you. Amazing points that, you know what? We've got to have hope. We've got to have something to look forward to. And that is where really your faith and purpose comes in. And Coach, you are talking to young people all the time, talking to people in churches, inspiring them. Just take it from there.
You got it. Hey, listen, in the midst of chaos, following you guys are amazing. I'm hoping we can have this recorded. I need to take a lot of notes. So it's really, really good. And so listen, here's something very tangible for everyone to take away, because I'm the takeaway kind of guy. If you learn to hear his voice in the midst of silence, and you understand, see, there was a man that heard his voice and ran to another man and said, who is it? And he came back. He said, just go to sleep. So he went to sleep, woke up, and he heard the voice, and he went up to his other friend, and he runs in the room, and the guy tells him, no, next time he goes, here I am, God. Just tell him, say, here I am, God. And so I've learned to sit still in the midst of chaos. So I could hear his voice in the chaos. You got to hear me now.
Yeah.
If you can hear him when it's silent, then you know. Hey, mamas, listen to this. Your baby starts crying. Do you know it's yours? That's a fact. Oh, that's my baby. Got to go. They know the voice. Listen, sit still in the midst and listen. I know it's chaos, but you're in control. So let's go.
Yep. And that I love this so much because it's always going to be there. So people come up with excuses, Chris, all the time that I don't have time. There's too many things going on. I'm too distracted. Got too much chaos in my life. I got to deal with this first. That is always going to be there at some level or another. We all live on this roller coaster of ups and downs, and it's okay because that's what makes life interesting, right? But we have to work through that. I talked to some friends just the other day about things in my life. And really, when I first started in ministry, music ministry years ago, I had some of the hardest people to work with and some of the most horrific situations in the church that I had to deal with. And God used those to really strengthen me and make me strong. So down the road, when things happen, it was like, that's nothing. That is nothing, man. I've been through way worse than that.
Yeah.
So, I think, Chris, that is something that we need to just continue to look at is those things are going to go, but we need to get away from the excuses, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. Excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody has them and some of them stink. Most of them do. There's really not there's not even a good way to explain an excuse, because that's all it is you finding some crazy reason not to do what you know you need to do. Like you said, the chaos is there. It never went away. It may just appear in some different form or another, but it's always there, and we find a way through it. So just stop. Just do it. You find a way to do the things that you want to do in the midst of the chaos. I find a way to go fishing or hunting. You know what I mean? And it's excuses that keep me from working on my business, for instance. So and I'm preaching to myself right here, this is hitting me as I'm saying this, but just quit making the excuses. If I can find the time to do the fun stuff, then you can find the time to do the things you need to do to persevere to get through it.
Exactly. And, I love that. Just do it. That's somebody came up with that slogan a few years ago. Who was it? Just do it. I'm trying to remember. I think that was pretty.
I've heard that somewhere before. That's not a Chris Hennessy original.
Yeah. I mean, it spoke to people, I think. And, I think that it is like an amazing thing that we just need to get going and get moving and quit making excuses, because life, Denise, is going to always get in the way if you let it, right?
It is. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's in your career or whether it's personal. I mean, tomorrow you could have something at home, in your family life, that's going to happen that disrupts you, that makes you feel on edge and unsure of what to do next. So whether it's at home or whether it's in your professional career, you're going to have it all the time. So our choice, as I talked about earlier, is how do you respond to that? And it's not about making the excuses, as Chris mentioned. It's really about just taking ownership of either the situation itself and hitting it head on, or like Chris said, go fishing, go do something that invigorates you again so that you can come back with a different perspective and able to not make that excuse, but instead forge forward.
That's right. And you know what? I think, yes, there went Chris tailing off. I think that it is something that I look at all the time, and that is during COVID when it started. People got really isolated and depressed. A lot of people did, not everybody, but a lot of people, because it was really a tough time for some people. But you know what? I found that a simple act of, you were just saying it, doing something different to gain a different perspective. I found my beautiful wife and I would just go for a walk. In fact, we love that. We couldn't go anywhere else, but man, we got out and we walked and we enjoyed that. We walked so much, in fact, that our dog, our beagle, who loves to constantly go on walks. We went on so many walks that finally she was looking up at me going, "Really? Fifth walk? Are you sure?" We wore her out. But but what would come back is have a fresh perspective, get some fresh air. My dad's favorite saying when I was a kid was, "Tomorrow's a new day." And I love that. When I was having a rough time, he goes, "Son, just take a deep breath. Tomorrow's a new day," meaning that, hey, everything's not going to look quite the same tomorrow. Right, Meshell? I'll let you take it from there.
Yes. Every day is a new day. We get a new opportunity. And I find that in the work that I do with individuals and understanding, the data shows that most human beings their thoughts are on repeat. So 90 to 95% of what we're thinking by the time we're 35 years old is a repeat of yesterday. And then the reptilian brain has shown, data shows that 70% of humans average thoughts are negative. So if 70% of your thoughts are negative and 90 to 95% of these thoughts are on repeat, the chances of somebody doing something different are virtually impossible. And they have to have something new introduced. There needs to be something so compelling for them to move forward. And then what is it? Our unconscious mind makes most of the decisions. And so that's the visualization, having a vision or a purpose or something, because we're talking about purpose in the midst of chaos. So having something that's greater that compels that person to keep moving forward each day. And that's the work I do, helping people to uncover what is that passion, that purpose, that something that is going to be your no matter what, that's going to help you to get up and move forward in the midst of what is required for you to create as a new pattern, habit, and standard, a way of making decisions. And it's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. The hardest thing for an adult to do is to change, right? We don't like change. We want to be comfortable. I tell people, your nature, you want to go home, sit on the Barcalounder, drink some beers, some soda, eat some chips, crank it back and watch some YouTube, watch some Netflix all night and pass out and brush the chips off and go to bed and get up and do it again. Being successful is the counterintuitive to our nature. So if people don't learn that at an early age, creating that as an adult is one of the most difficult things we can do. And that's why I get so frustrated when people tell them, just do it. It's like that. When you tell somebody to just do something, all they see is what they're not doing. And it's like telling somebody not to run into the tree, not to walk off the cliff, not to hit the red, not to, like, they're going to do what their mind is compelled to do. We've got to help them insert something that's meaningful and then be patient and caring and gracious with them as they make the mistakes. Teach them how to talk themselves through the mistakes and the setback and the shame and the embarrassment and the fear. Adults don't know how to do that in our society. They give up so quick because of the internal head trash.
That's right. And by having someone like you that inspires them to be better and make that change and do something, knowing that it's going to make things better now and in the future. It's going to take whatever they've gone through and whatever they're going through, and it's going to turn it for the good. I'm a firm believer that God works all things for the good. There's good in everything. My favorite saying is, and my family, it drives them crazy, is I always say, well, the good news is, and they're thinking there's no good news. Yes, there's always good
Always.
news. There's always good news. I mean, sometimes it's hard to find. We have to look pretty hard. But, even if we're just learning and growing through it, and a lot of times we don't see it. I did not see it young in ministry when I had some pretty horrific things happen. And I'm thinking, this is not good. I don't know that I can do this. But it made me so strong, and it made me gain a lot of knowledge and perspective on how to handle people. And so what happens is, even through those horrible times, that happens. I would not have chosen to get cancer in this last year and a half. But you know what? I've been able to do so many amazing things because of it. I've been able to touch so many people because of it. There's so many positive things that have come out of it that I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. And it's, that's hard to realize sometimes. You mean you wouldn't get rid of the bad thing? No. I mean, it's happened, and I'm going to take life and I'm going to choose to make good out of what's going on. And so, Enrique, talk to us. Tell me some more. I'm just going to let you take it from there.
Yeah, no, I've been stuck in my head over here about that, about the fear, right, and the excuses. Actually, I've been trying to work on that myself, because I've realized that, as I put in the chat, the voice of fear is an excuse. Most people don't hear fear, right? You just feel it. But fear has a voice, and it's excuses. And then when you allow fear not only to come and invade your sphere, your environment, and you feel it, is one thing. But then when you go ahead and vocalize that excuse, you just allowed fear to dominate. And so once you get into that relationship, it becomes familiar, right? And Meshell was talking about that junk up in here, right? We're just so familiar with 90-something% of what we do that we do it just by nature. But it's not our nature to be afraid. It's not that's not the nature, because God didn't give us a spirit of fear.
That's
so
right.
When you think about that, we are actually having a unhealthy relationship with fear.
Yeah. Well, I think too so I love this. I love the fact that, fear does get in front of us and stop us dead in our tracks if we let it. And I think that there's a reason God said, do not fear so many times in the Bible. It's not because you should feel bad because you do fear. He said it because he knows you will fear, because you are human and we all will. That's why he said it so many times, to remind us that we don't need to let that be debilitating to take over our life. We don't need that. And, the truth is that God's in control. That's my feeling. But I think the truth is God's in control. And so there can be facts all day long. I loved a speaker that I heard a while back, and she said, the fact is I have cancer, but the truth is, by God's stripes, I'm healed. And so there is a difference between fact and truth. And we let some of those facts get in our way. Just because things are going on, chaotic things around us, does not mean we have to shut down, right, Coach?
No, as a matter of fact, I think it's time to plug in. It's actually time to plug in. And I just want to share, listen, I'm a storyteller. I get in front of preschoolers all the way up to, I don't know, my wife says I do birth to dust. So put that into perspective there. Listen, I went to this gymnasium and I was like on the fourth row, and up in the very back was this lady screaming at her son. It was a wrestling match. It was a state tournament. She's screaming like I've never heard. And I've been a coach in gymnasiums for years. Get up, get up. And I turned around and I looked at her and I was like, no kidding. What do you think he's liking, that person smothering him? See, sometimes we keep telling everybody around us that are hearing all this noise, get up, just get up, just get up. But you're not helping them. We need help sometimes to get lifted up. Jesus said, you know, even Peter, when he walked out, listen, when Jesus reached out to Peter, I want you to check this out. Do you think he looked at Peter and said, "Oh, ye of little faith," or the 11 in the boat? See, it doesn't say. Work with me. I'm not trying to rewrite. Read the scripture. He didn't look at Peter and tell Peter, "Look at, oh, ye of little faith." I don't know if he was looking at the 11 in the boat. Peter had the faith. He had enough in the midst of chaos. Jesus said, "Come." And that's where you need to say, okay, faith. What is faith? The unshakable confidence in the character of God.
That's right.
That is faith.
Amen.
Now you have faith like a little tiny mustard seed. Can you see it? You guys see that, Meshell? You guys see that? Enrique, you got that? Oh, yeah, you can't very much see it very well. Right. Well, plant that sucker and watch it grow. That's
Right.
what we need to do. Sometimes we need help. So let's lend a hand.
Well, and I love that so much because it is helping each other out. We are better together. We grow together. We inspire each other, just like Meshell was talking about, inspiring people and helping others out. And I'm telling you that my beautiful wife the other day just really felt like that she had a word from God, and she's not one of those people that goes around telling everybody, "Yeah, I've had a word from God," but she really felt like God had spoke to her. It's time. It is time for us to rise up. It's time for us. It's time for miracles. It's time for healing. It's time for restoration. It's time for families to come back together and people to work together for the good. And that's very loud. And that was just putting accents on my statements there. But you know what, Denise, I'm going to turn it over to you here and just tell you that I think that what is critical is taking that step, just like Coach talked about Peter taking that step on the water. Doesn't mean we're not going to have problems and struggle and lose faith occasionally and, have troubles, but we're going to get that step and we're going to keep moving, right?
We are. And I think the one thing that I think we forget is that everyone wants to help us. People are around us. We surround ourselves with people for a reason. They want to help. So all you have to do is ask. And if you ask, I 100% guarantee you that someone will step up and help.
Fact.
So instead of feeling all alone and like you're by yourself and life is terrible or the chaos is just too loud and you can't figure it out, just ask someone for help. They will come and help you without a doubt. It may not be the first person. It may take you to the fifth person. It doesn't really matter. Just ask, because people want to help. Doesn't it make you feel good if you are helping someone else? Someone else wants to feel that as well. So just ask them.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing is we have to sometimes be a little bit vulnerable and a little bit transparent and say, hey, I need help, right? And Meshell, I tell you, talking about inspiring people and helping people, we try to do that on the front end, but we also got to be present. And that's something I work on constantly and pay attention to what's going on around us so we can help each other, right?
Yes. I didn't know if there was a question in there that you wanted me to answer. So
nope, you just take it. I'm just rattling on.
Yeah, I'm a true believer in helping people. I always learn that it's giver's gain. So, when you understand how to take care of yourself first, one of the things I teach people is creating non-negotiable morning routines so they fill their tank first thing in the morning. And then you periodically throughout the day learn how to stop, take a beat, take a breath, whatever you need to do to keep yourself full of energy so that you're able to help people in a manner that serves them. And also, ask questions and not just take all the help, because what I find real often is many times people just, when you ask, they just start telling you what to do. There's rarely follow-up questions. And that's what that's what causes so few people to ask, because when there's not a follow-up question, when there's not a discovery that transpires for someone seeking help, then the help is about me and not them. When I truly want to help someone, I listen. And when you are gifted at helping people, you actually are able to help them discover how to help themselves. You know, it goes back to that parable. When you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. When you teach a man the fish, he eats for a lifetime. And I find that the best leaders, the best mentors, the best coaches are incredibly talented and gifted at helping people to not just when they ask a question, to uncover how they can give them life lessons, not just the answer for that one problem, to really put them on a path to continue to be curious, to continue to be brave, to continue to have confidence, right? And that's what I enjoy. I mean, I absolutely, when I speak, right, I tell people I'm a world-class speaker. And you give me a mic, I'm a beast, right? And I love what I do. I love the fact that an hour people will still texting me, DMing me, contacting me, because they can still remember verbatim certain things they heard from my talk. And that's all from a life of, formerly incarcerated, homeless, all kind of things. And knowing that my greatest challenge in life was that no one actually helped me. They talked at me. They rarely talked to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't even know that was so profound, Enrique. I'm just giving it to you.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about the many times we have an opportunity to actually speak into somebody's life, and we take that as a platform for ourselves. And there's people that are hurting everywhere. Mentioned hope earlier, right? It's a hopeless thing around this world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of pain. So it's not like they need more instruction. They just need someone to put themselves in their shoes and say, how are we going to work this out together? How are we going to get to where you want to go? I'll go with you. Let me go that second mile. I'll go. And if we have more people to dig in and say, I'm investing into this life, some of this that God has given me, and we can make it. We can make it. We have the ability to make it, and everybody win. But as long as I always tell my children, I said, if I had one of those genies and I can get that one wish, I would say to end selfishness, right? If we can get rid of selfishness, we'd be gone. We'd be good. But that wish ain't coming around anytime soon. So we're just gonna have to do our part, right?
Sure.
That's it. And I'm going to add to that big amen on that one, because, there is really, when we're looking to give and help others, we are always at our best. And Coach, we're going to start this last round with you. And what I really want everybody to do here is give your golden nugget of today's discussion, what you want people to really remember from what we were talking about, and how to find purpose in the midst of chaos. And then tell us how they get in touch with you. Coach, you're up.
All right, guys. Well, I'm just taking tidbits of what everyone said because y'all are so amazing. So we were talking about being selfishness. We want to change the world, and we want everyone to be selfless. Okay, so let's break that word down, shall we? As a teacher, here we go. All right, self. Let's start there. Self. Well, what is self? Self is me. So if we begin with me, we begin with me. That's what I do. I love going into schools and saying, who's a me? I'm a me. We're me's. We're okay. You got that? So if we want to change selfishness, we need to change ourself, which is me. So in order, get this, write this down too if you want it. In order to flip the M, you have to understand who you are. Work with me. If you flip the M too soon, it becomes a wee. But if you flip the M, once you know who you really, really, really are, and you flip it, it becomes we. Now we have the opportunity to grow together as because now I understand who I am. You know what? I'm going to teach people, because people say sticks and stones. No, just stop talking bad about people. It's bad enough I look myself in the mirror and have to talk myself into myself. And then you're going to tell me already what I am? Stop. Midst of chaos. I'm leaving you with this. You need to write this down, put it in your pocket, whatever you need to do with it. A young man at the age of 14-year-old who has access to a phone or a computer and the internet will have more data and input in them in 7 days than their grandparents their whole life. Chaos? You want to go to schools with me? Chaos? Let's teach them who they are and what they can be. Coach Verdu, love y'all.
And people get in touch with you where, Coach?
Oh, go to waybeyondmeasure.com, or you can call Enrique, or you can call Meshell, or and they'll get a hold of me because we work together. We're all in this together. Coach Verdu at waybeyondmeasure.com, or just go to waybeyondmeasure.com.
There
Thanks.
you go.
I appreciate y'all very much.
Awesome. Denise, you're next.
Yeah, I would say I think the takeaway from all of this is, and Maria, I saw her question, what if someone doesn't know their own self? You don't really have to always know your own self 100%. You do have to be on that journey, as Coach David said, but you most certainly have to take the time to be a part of this world, be a part of your community, be a part of conversations like this. We all want an experience. We as humans, we really don't even just want, we demand an experience in order for us to survive these days. So tap into your community, tap into conversations like this. And remember that whether you're there yet and you've truly found yourself, or whether you're on the journey, whether you are a gift giver or you're learning how to give, it is truly all about giving of yourself what you can to others, so you in return can experience that human experience that we all just demand these days. So that's my takeaway. Just get involved, get engaged, have conversation.
Amazing. And people get in touch with you?
Favorite place is LinkedIn. And if you don't want to find me there, go to cellivators.com. Sell, innovate, and the Z for Z, just creative. So cellivators.com.
I love that.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Meshell, you're up next.
Yeah, well, you take anything from me. I always tell people dream big, because the bigger we dream, the bigger your dreams, the more life stops bothering you. What happens is nothing great happens until you envision it first. And why people are struggling is because they just keep repeating the past. They have nothing future. And what the future does is it allows you to see past your circumstances. So B is the BIG, and it's the belief. Believe in something greater than yourself. Go big as you can. The saying is shoot for the moon, you'll land in the stars, right? And what it does is it helps you to start envision, and you start to experience life circumstances in a very different way. It stops bothering you as much when you have something big. Like when you're dreaming to be a millionaire, you're dreaming to have a business, you're dreaming to move to another country, all the little pettiness around you, you start going deaf to them. You're like, oh, I don't have time for you. Oh, what's going on? Right? Then you work on your imagination. Whatever that dream is, your mind is working for you or against you. Everything you heard here today are people telling you to stop, to go do something, to do something different. And if you don't imagine that possibility for yourself, you'll never take action. So your brain needs the imprint of something greater than your current circumstances. The big dream, which creates belief. And the last letter is G, gratitude. Once you have a big dream, once you have a belief of something greater than yourself and you're imagining every day, write it out, read it every day, put it up, pictures somewhere, slap it on your bathroom mirror, have it on your dashboard, have it on your fold out, have it in your refrigerator, have it on your front door. Don't care what anybody thinks. Create something so big because you become a big character, a big person, magnanimous and great in the process of moving toward this. Then all you do is say thank you. G is for gratitude. Because see, if you believe in something greater than yourself, and every day you're sitting there and you're focused that this is happening. So now everything in the world, universe, God, Buddha, divine, whatever you want to call a higher power, once you give him that roadmap, he, she, it is always working to help you move in that direction. So all you are required to do is say thank you, because then everything that's happening is refining, defining your character to prepare you to receive that big dream. So dream big.
Amen. Amen. And people get in touch with you.
Oh, LinkedIn is DM me on LinkedIn and we can have a chat. I'll send you a link to my calendar and we can chat.
All right. All right. Well, so great. And Enrique, bringing up the tail end, saving the best for last. Success to you.
Come on.
Yeah, thank you. That all wonderful comments and all pointed in the right direction. All I have to say is, sometimes we think we need to impact the world, and all we have to do is impact our world, and our world is a whole lot smaller than this world. And so if we all did that individually, we can impact it all together. And so, yes, dream big, but start small. Start at home. Start with you. Start with your family, your wife, your children. That's where you'll get the biggest bang for the buck, I'll tell you that, because a happy home is the place to be at. So, but just do it there. Start there, and we'll see some changes.
Perfect. Awesome. And people get in touch with you?
LinkedIn, that's where I live.
All of this stuff just magically appeared below y'all and is in the comments, is in the show notes. And everybody, I want to tell you, you can all go directly there. It's clickable. You can get connected with all these amazing people. We have been full of mic drops all show long. It's been amazing. And, I think somebody brought this up. Well, a couple of you. Life is happening for you, not to you. Keep that in mind. And I don't know if it was Ed Milet or Tony Robbins. One of them said that quote, or maybe they both do. But life happens for you, not to you. It is teaching. It is helping you become better. And it also is drawing you closer to others if you let it, going through some of the same things you're going through, because you're not alone. In the midst of the chaos, there is purpose to be found. Grab a hold of your passion, hold on to purpose, work together, and life is a blessing. It is. There's just waiting for you. And I'm just so thankful for all of you here today. Just can't even begin to tell you what a blessing you all are to me. And instead of trying to get you all out of the room and wrap things up, I'm going to do it here with you. But before we do that, for my amazing assistant ever, who is doing all this hard work backstage, yay ever, we're going to do, here we go, screenshot time. You ready? Everybody give us a good shot. There we go. We got a good picture there for the after show tomorrow. So listen, thanks again. And everybody, don't forget, we're here every Thursday with amazing, amazing people like this, panels and topics. And it's 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. And it all converts to audio podcasted well. So if you don't get to watch it, you can listen to it on your favorite live stream podcast network, whatever, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, whatever you like. And there's also sits on the platforms after we're done. So you can still watch on replay. If you do, please put hashtag Team Replay. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. It's been ticking along the bottom the whole time. RussReels.live will take you directly there. And you can subscribe today and get all this amazing content and notices about upcoming content in the future. And until we see you again, thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a great day and a great life. Bye, everybody.